It's just different. One's not better than the other, but it's important as an entrepreneur to recognize who you are
Hmm.
and to develop and to be involved in a company, your
Hmm.
culture.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
So, John, you are in the middle of this hurricane. Okay, you are in kind of the center, trying to encourage creating a platform. You're not even a tech guy; you're a finance guys. So, what are the you see the challenge that was very easy to predict and difficult to deal with. So, what message do you have for large companies out there? That there are also companies that say, "Look, I'm green," but and then when you look at the supply chain, it's not as clean as the credential of the company. So we need a more holistic approach to this topic, right? So what message do you have for those companies that they doing it, but they're not doing it for real? They're doing it just to look fake in front of the clients.
Well, that's a hard question. That's a hard question to answer. I mean, it's a good question. Yeah, I mean, referring to the idea of like greenwashing, right? Where you trying to put forward, for example, an environmental position that's not really rooted in reality. I mean, I guess I'd ask the companies to think about why they're doing it,
Hmm.
and and then to think around how much respect they have for their consumer. And if the consumer doesn't know and doesn't care, then maybe don't do it.
Hmm.
But to your point, Harry, the consumers are getting more knowledgeable as time changes, and I think it's probably realistic to say that if people have a choice between two products and one is more environmentally and one is better for the environment than the other, that they're going to choose that product. And there's lots of
Hmm.
research that suggests that's true.
Not only
Um,
environmental, but also the company donates to charity and so on. It's a more 360 approach, right?
right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think the challenge for the companies in that regard is how do they get the message across to the consumer that they're actually um, doing that in a real way?
Hmm.
Particularly when
Hmm.
greenwashing has been such a big deal for the past
Hmm.
decade, right? At
Hmm.
least, if not more. So I think there's a lot of skeptical people out there right now kind of going, oh, well, is that a company who's actually doing good stuff, or is that a
Hmm.
company who's just saying they're doing good stuff?
Hmm.
So the challenge for the companies isn't just doing it, it's doing it and being understood to be doing it in a way that's right enough or good
Hmm.
enough.
Hmm. So, John, tell us, you're a finance guy anyway. So what happened if I have a company, people have a company, and they donate to charity? They don't have to pay tax on that. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, it
Or
depends
they
what
pay, or they
country.
pay, or they pay reduce. So let's say Canada, let's say United States.
Yeah, well, one of the two is they're both possible in Canada and United States. So it depends a little bit on what country you're in. So first of all, charity is
Hmm.
usually it's a tax issue, so it's country by country. But
Hmm.
in places like Canada, where I am, and you make a donation and you get a receipt, and that tax sheet is like a credit that you can use to lower the amount of tax you pay. So
Lower
there
it,
is
lower it. That doesn't mean that you're gonna pay zero. It will lower your.
No, it's not, for example, in Canada, it's not possible to pay zero tax if you're ma
It will.
if you're making money, but you
Exactly.
can you can tax significantly, and so there is a financial incentive to make donations.
So why people don't
But
make more donations then? They don't know.
I
I
think
mean, it makes
because
sense to me, right? If I had to pay a certain amount of tax to the government, yeah, nothing against government, but some of them they don't handle a budget so good. We can say, yeah, no mentioning any or anything, but you can at least she say, okay, you know what, 50-50. Sometimes the charities they do groundwork and they make a huge impact, and why not encourage more people to donate? So if that the case, why do you think that people don't donate more to charity?
I think the problem is education. In today's world, I think the problem is education, and people are raised. So
Hmm.
they're when you think about your parents or your grandparents, I think there was a bit of a different sense of community, more religion,
Mm-hmm.
and those are important factors in terms of getting people to engage with charitable giving. So I think today people still have this generous spirit. They like the idea of being generous. They certainly want other people to be generous towards them, but doing it is harder than saying it,
Mm.
right? And so the financial incentive is real, but that impacts the wealthier demographic, right? So the people who are wealthier are looking for different ways to offset their tax. Many people choose to participate in philanthropy because they have their own idea of where they want money to go. Whereas when you pay your tax,
Mm-hmm.
the government
Mm-hmm.
just spends it wherever they want, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
philanthropy, you're still paying, something, but you get to say, oh, I'd like it to support a hospital or an educational
Exactly.
center,
You have a.
or you have a say on where you get to go. And then people get engaged with that and they have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but it's a big challenge as to why people don't do it. And it's part of the problem we had back but when Charitable Impact. And it's what makes us feel like we're a bit more of a missional business because we're not just missional because we're doing stuff for charity and charity is supposedly good. We're missional because we're trying to
Raise
increase access
awareness.
to, yeah, we're trying to increase access to participation in and the benefit people feel when they participate in charity.
Yeah, and then get the friction, the complexity, and this is where the tech element comes into it. You share with me, Harry. I'm not a software developer. I'm an entrepreneur. It happened to be that the platform that we develop is tech, and now you are in the tech business. So my question to you is the following: we have 1 out of 5 millionaires that we interview in this podcast. They are tech entrepreneurs, right? And a lot of I have an opinion that it's easy to make money in tech. It's easy to be a millionaire doing tech. So you are a finance guy and a tech entrepreneur. So what message do you have for tech founders out there trying to get to product market fit, trying to get to the is it that easy? What are the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a tech entrepreneur when tech is not actually your, by the way, from the millionaires that we interview from the tech space, 80% are not tech. They are more marketing and sales orientated. Look, you finance. So only 20% are actually tech. And those on that they are tech, they spend the whole time talking about sales, marketing, pro market fit, and things that are not even related with tech itself. So saying that, what are the good, the bad, the ugly on the tech business? Is that easy to become a tech millionaire, it's not? It's too big. Sometimes it's too good to be true. Yeah. So tell us your view on.
Well, I think if it was easy, um, well, it's not easy. And if it
Have
was
been
easy,
how has been for you?
yeah,
Tell us.
well, I mean, there it's hard. I'm it's what I say was that if it was to make $1 million, for example, being an entrepreneur, who wouldn't get in line and start, right? I mean, the failure rates in entrepreneurship are a lot higher than like the failure rates of signing up to work for someone else, for example.
And in tech,
So yeah,
tech
so
even worse. You can have a
yeah,
competitor,
so it's not easy.
in a minute.
Right. So yeah, you've got competition, you've got margin squeezing, you've got, people who always want for less. Um, you've got real expenses, right? I mean, even with AI, there's all this talk about how AI is, going to do everything for us. Well, that might be true in the future, but today, you
For the
still need
moment, you need to
used to
keep.
beings to do things,
That's funny.
it's expensive it's into alignment with a group of people, right? It's hard.
Mhm.
It's harder than it sounds to come to a shared understanding of a strategy and a plan. I mean, these are all doable things. Obviously, lots of people have success, but these are all harder than they seem, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean,
Mhm.
if you have kids,
It
for
sounds
example, think
beautiful.
about it. Yeah, yeah,
Sound
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
I'm an
That's good.
entrepreneur. I fit my own calendar. and I go on holiday wherever I want. Yes, all that sounds brilliant, but
Yeah,
until you get there, good luck with that one. Yeah,
that's
a lot
right.
of hard
Yeah.
work.
I mean, yeah, if you succeed in any part of life, you can go on holiday when you want. There's lots of ways to succeed, not just being an entrepreneur, but getting to success as an entrepreneur in particular is a hard grind, right?
Mhm.
And you're responsible for everything.
And you guys, it sounds like you're never gonna finish because you are in your mission to raise awareness. And in that topic that you're doing, is a lot of work need to be done, and it's again to educate these, especially the big companies, right? To park to idea and to support people on the ground doing amazing things. I think that the more we can do to enhance the leadership in the communities, on the better we can, we society way faster coming from the bottom up than from the top bottom, and in my opinion. So how is really expensive is this process, and what you guys have in mind in order to speed as much as you can. By the way, we need you in London as well, United Kingdom. If you go
We
by,
have,
if you guys, that
yeah,
would be amazing because we have similar challenge, and it's my understanding that we have the same rules that in Canada and United States, according to that, and yet we have the same problem.
yeah. The tax rules are a little bit different in the UK, but
Oh wow!
but you'll
That
have the
you
same.
have something in
Yeah,
principle,
you have
right?
people and companies that want to, can get involved in doing good, help problems in society, and you have charities that take on that role and do that type of work. So
Mhm.
something like Charitable Impact is definitely valuable in the UK, and we'd love
Mhm.
to come and but first we have to continue working our product. My strategy is I would. There's always a debate between product market fit and growth um
Mhm.
preferences to comfortable with what the product can and for which targeted demographics before you expand too much because sales and
Mhm.
marketing is incredibly expensive,
Oh yeah.
right? So and back to you, like some products are expensive to develop, but then you don't have much competition, so they're less expensive. Other products, there's so much competition, it's cheaper to build, but then you have so for the entrepreneur, it really depends on the type of person you are, where your interests are.
Mhm.
I'm a longer term minded entrepreneur. I'm a more missional
I
entrepreneur.
can tell.
Uh, I'm I'm interested in the problem I'm solving. I'm willing to be persistent, try to get there. That it's just different. One's not better than the other, but it's important as an entrepreneur to recognize who you are
Mhm.
and to develop and to be involved in a company, your
Mhm.
culture.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.